If you're looking for a cheap and reliable place to buy or sell your FIFA 23 Ultimate Team coins, check out u4gm.com and use code ELITE, ELYYT, for 5% off at checkout. What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Today, we're talking about 3 different cards that you guys should be buying here in the next 24 to 48 hours that is going to make you profit. Now, we made a video about 2 weeks ago, probably 3 weeks ago now, in which we titled it the exact same thing, 3 cards you should buy right now. Those 3 cards were Alexander Isak, then we also had DeMarcos, and we had Eric Lamela. All 3 of those cards rose, and the Alexander Isak has almost doubled in price. DeMarcos has been a very significant rise. Lamela hasn't risen as much as we may have wanted, but that's still profit. So hopefully we can live up to those standards in today's episode. So if you guys are excited for these 3 cards, do not forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and are excited for some Team of the Season content dropping very, very soon right here on this channel. First up, we've got Miroslav Klose. Not just his 93, but we're also going to take a look at another icon that is another striker that got dropped in this promo, kind of as a bonus, but they both have a very similar idea behind them. So for Miroslav Klose here, his card is very cheap for a 93. We've seen a very, very high pack weight on these icon for Trophy Titans, both on heroes and icons, but especially on the icons. We have seen them packed so much more than any other icons that we've seen in probably the history of FIFA Ultimate Team. Of course, there's so many new icons this year, and with Trophy Titans being kind of focused around icons, EA were forced to make it a little bit more accessible for some of the lower coin players in the game. They don't want to make a promo where everything is over 1 million coins because it's not really a promo for anybody but the rich. So they've made it very accessible by making the pack weight really high, and Miroslav Klose, a 93 rated card, is now less than 100,000 coins. Could he go slightly lower? Yeah, he could, but here we are on a Monday, which is normally one of the cheaper days of the week. We're exiting the weekend, and all the weekend league rewards have been opened, and then we get to Tuesday and Wednesday where the market normally gets healthier. Now, it's a little bit unpredictable on what can happen on Thursday and Friday, depending on what next promo comes from EA, which we don't have any leaks right now for a new promo. We don't have any leaks right now also for really much content in terms of SBCs, which means that people are going to start focusing on the current content that is out. And a lot of that content is German-based content. We've already seen the Dortmund players with the Guerrero, and we saw Meunier, and Meunier is going to get his upgrade, and then Mats Hummels had a FUT birthday card, which is very, very popular on the game, and then Mesut Ozil came as a squad building challenge, and so a lot of people are building Bundesliga teams, and with that Ozil as well, Klose just fits. And so over the next couple of days, I think people are going to be sitting on the content that we've already got, and Klose just works because he's affordable. He gets the job done with 2 stats 90 and above. He's got 3 other stats 78 and above, and then the big kicker is that 5-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves on Klose, which we've never seen on a Klose card before. Normally his cards have 3-star skills and 4-star weak foot, and even that card right now is 88k, and it stinks in comparison to this one. Now, you also take a look at the fact that he's 93 rated, and if you take a look at the cheapest players by rating, guys, well, he's the cheapest 93 rated in the game. And on top of that, if we take a look at Casemiro, who we actually have thrown in one of the videos in this series as a long-term investment, his card went from 78,000 coins while he was in packs and heroes out of packs all the way to 124 1,000 coins. Now, of course, Miroslav Klose is not out of packs yet, so it might be a longer term hold. But this Casemiro was just 92 rated. It was one rating less, and he got up to 124,000 coins from 78K. So it's very likely that with another 90 plus upgrade for those icons in the SBC, any other party bag, any other huge upgrade could bring high-rated fodder up in price, and 99K for a 93 is something we haven't seen on the game yet. And with the content being kind of quiet, I think that we are due for some sort of new upgrade in the next 72 hours in this game. They're going to drop something to get people spending their SBC fodder. High-rated fodder is going to be needed, and this 93 Klose very well could be a great option, because instead of going with, for an 88 rated squad, a bunch of 88s and 89 rated cards and 87s, you go with 193, and then you slap a bunch of 84s and 83s in the rest of the squad, and a lot of times that ends up being cheaper for people in squad building challenges. So over time, this is a very, very tasty card for SBC fodder, but on top of that, it kind of doubles as a card that could be relevant throughout the week. I'm not saying it's ahead of the power curve by any means, but it is usable, and it is cheap for what you get in return. So that's the first card that I wanted to talk about in today's video. But that bonus card that kind of follows the exact same idea, just a little bit different, is the low-rated Torres card. Of course, we have the 94 Fernando Torres, which is a very expensive card, and it's not a bad investment by any means, but for a completely different reason that I won't really get into in today's episode. But if you guys are going to watch tomorrow's trading video, we're going to go more in depth with these Trophy Titans cards as we exit this promo. But this 86 Torres card for 17,000 coins, it just seems like such a safe investment, a lock, an easy profit card with not much downside. So if you're somebody who doesn't like taking any risks and you want to guarantee yourself profit, even though it might not make a ton of coins, this is your guy, because he's going to go up in price from 17,000 coins. Now, it's not a crazy great card, and it's definitely behind the power curve. We've seen a billion cards that look like this. It's 4-star, so it's okay, I guess, but it's not an investment for meta. It's an investment for SBC fodder as well. It's 17,000 coins, and if we take a look at the cheapest 86 rated cards in the game, well, they're 14,000 coins right now, guys. And sorry if you guys can't see it great, but yeah, 14K is the cheapest 86s in the game. Guys, this is an icon card we're talking about. This isn't something that we've ever seen before either. 17,000 coins for an icon, and I mentioned how we're due for some sort of upgrade SBC. Boys, if they make any sort of requirement on any player SBC or upgrade SBC, and granted, we do not have any leaks for player SBCs right now, and they make an icon requirement for that SBC, maybe they say you can use a Team of the Year icon or a FUT Birthday icon or a Trophy Titan icon or a regular icon. You can use any sort of icon in the SBC, and that's the requirement, similar to how they've done with many cards in the past, especially Team of the Week. That's the most common. If they do that, this card skyrockets. It's like you just hit the jackpot at the casino, if that is the case. Of course, that is a far-fetched and hopeful statement, but it's not out of the question. And this card, as an 86 rated icon at 17K, as it is, will rise slowly 18, 19, 20K, 21,000 coins, no problem, even without the help of any special requirement in an SBC. So it's a really safe, just cheap investment that's going to bank you a couple K per card. If you want to buy 20 of them, you know, you can count on making yourself 40, 50,000 coins on an investment like that pretty quickly, to be honest. I don't think it'll take a ton of time. I mean, if you're waiting more than 2 weeks on this, I'd be surprised if you hadn't already made a couple thousand coins on the card. So Fernando Torres, also a good shout. The next card I want to talk about is Philipp Lahm. Philipp Lahm has a 92 rated card in packs right now, going for 118,000 coins, and that is crazy because take a look at the 91 rated card, which is 200,000 coins right now. And he's still not really dropping because there's not a huge amount of supply for the 91 that's been out for a while. But for the 92 rated right now, he's only 118,000 coins. But I really like the 93 as well. He's 480,000 coins, and it's not the very cheapest he's been, because earlier today he was down at like 457. You know, he was a little bit cheaper than 480, which he is right now. He's, you know, you could get for maybe 20K less some time today. But I really don't think you can get in too early on this card because even though you might be able to find some deals for 20K, 30K cheaper throughout the next 24 hours, it's a good card because you are looking at a right back German. And as I said earlier, Germans are in demand. So you've got a best version right back card. And when you look at right backs that have dropped as player SBCs throughout the year, Meunier is really the only one competing with Philipp Lahm. There haven't been a ton of right backs in the game. And here's the thing, if you missed out on that Meunier SBC, but you still want to build around maybe the Guerrero SBC or the Ozil SBC, which is still able to be done right now, then Philipp Lahm is that guy. So I feel like, especially given the fact that Meunier has expired, this Philipp Lahm is now in demand. You can't get that Meunier anymore. Philipp Lahm is the only other option that makes any sense at all. And if you're going to buy him and you can afford him, you're going to go for the higher rated best version of this Philipp Lahm. Of course, this version can also play center defensive mid, and he can also play left back, while if you look at the 92 version, he cannot play in the midfield. So there's one more reason for that 93 to go up a little bit more, but you also have to consider, well, he is already more expensive. But you really can't go wrong with either of them. I really like this as one of the better investments for the Trophy Titans. Of course, a lot of the statements that I make about Lahm and about Miroslav Klose can apply to a couple other of the cards. Like for a higher budget, I do not dislike Del Piero. I think that's a card that could do really, really well out of packs. I wish that you could play him like at left wing as well, just to kind of add a little bit of value to the card. But he can play center, attacking mid, and striker, so that's definitely not bad for the stats you're getting right there. I think some people might get shied away a little bit by the 89 pace, but when you consider all the other stats with the 5-star, that is a card that I feel like 1.9 million is a bit cheap. And right now, we're in a situation in which a lot of these cards are cheap because you've got high pack weight that people didn't expect, but also you've got team of the season lingering in the back of people's minds. But if you think that every single team of the season card is going to look better than this Del Piero, I mean, that's a little bit crazy. Of course, there's going to be a couple cards that are super expensive during the first couple weeks of team of the season, but I think once we get to team of the season, we realize that there are some cards here that are elite, that are going to withstand the power curve change that's happening from team of the season. And to be honest, I think that power curve change is happening this week. I mean, looking at these prices and a little bit of the drops in the market that the high pack weight of Trophy Titans has created, we're already kind of seeing that power curve change, and it's probably a good time to take advantage of it. So Lahm is my favorite, but there's a couple great options on your screen right now. Next up is Dayot Upamecano, and I wish that I would have gotten to you guys a little bit earlier on this one. I'll admit this card, in comparison to the other cards that I've said in this video, it's a little late, okay, by about 24 to 48 hours, because he didn't get his third cap against Freiburg over that last weekend because he was suspended for the match, which means that in his next league match for Bayern Munich, he's going to get another upgrade to go from 89 to 90 rated. And we already know that this is a really, really good card, and we already know that Bundesliga has been a main focus. That is a common theme of today's video. A lot of people are going Bundesliga on squads. Of course, the German players are a little bit more in demand because of that Ozil SBC, but in general, if you take a look at cards that have risen on the market the most over the last 24 hours, and we take a look at the top movers on the market, you'll see that a lot of these cards are Bundesliga. Of course, Bundesliga plus German helps out even more, but a lot of the players are Bundesliga players, on the top movers. People are going towards Bundesliga for their teams. And with that being said, Upamecano has risen a little bit because of it. He's already gone up slightly, but I think when you add the hype of Upamecano's next upgrade to this current trend that we're already seeing, I think that he could easily get up to about 390, 395. We'd be, really fortunate to see him break 400 again, which definitely isn't impossible. If we take a look at the hourly graph over the 14 days, I'll go ahead and pretty much walk you through it because I've been studying this card a lot. He rose into the hype of the first Freiburg match, in which Bayern Munich played Freiburg in the Pokal, and then Bayern lost that match, and people also kind of got confused because he didn't get an upgrade. Well, appearing in that match didn't matter because it was a Pokal Cup match. It didn't mean that he got a cap in the league, so he didn't get that third appearance. So he actually dropped after that, and he went down a little bit. And then when people realized, okay, he's also not playing in the next match for Freiburg, he dropped a little bit more. And then after he didn't play in that match against Freiburg the second time, and I understand that's very confusing, they played Freiburg twice in a week, he dropped even further down. And right now, he's at a point where 365 isn't the best price you possibly could have gotten. I think the perfect timing would have been about 345, 350, not bad, but 365 is still not a lot. So he has risen about 15 to 20,000 coins. But if you can maybe get a snipe for 360 or less, I think you're looking at a card that could easily go up a little bit due to the hype of this next match for Bayern this weekend, on top of the fact that he's going to get an upgrade. If they end up getting a clean sheet in the match as well, then he's going to end up getting another boost in price, because if Bayern get 2 clean sheets in their league games, that helps them even more. So just selling into the hype of this next match, which is going to be on this weekend, I think is going to be a very, very good profit for this Upamecano. He's already started his rise. If you can get in early enough and get a good little bid on him or a snipe, you're looking great on an investment there. I know today's video was titled 3 players you should buy, and I highlighted 3 players throughout the video: Klose, Lahm, and Upamecano. But I'm giving you guys some bonus players that you can pick off as well, because that's what I do. Drop a like on the video if you have enjoyed, and I'm going to give you guys a couple more from this team of the week that I like. Look, 92 rated for 88K. Not bad for Benzema there. Rafael Leao, 41,000 coins on an 88 rated Rafael Leao. He's got 5 stats, 79 and above with 4-star, 4-star. We know how hyped he's been this year. 41K. Too cheap. Go ahead and buy that card as well. And that's going to be the secret comment word of the day as well. If you use the name Leao, L-E-A-O, in your comment, anywhere in the comment, I will make sure to drop a heart on that comment in appreciation for you making it to the end of the video. You guys supporting the channel by subscribing, liking, commenting, interacting in any way, or just watching, I appreciate you too. It helps us with the algorithm. It helps this channel get discovered, and hopefully we can build up the hype throughout this next couple of weeks for Team of the Season, which is just around the corner. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.